Hey guys, you're watching Boondocking with Dennis. Hear the woodpecker? Squirrel! Bottom right hand corner, squirrel! Picking up where we left off last night. I'm over here in Lamar. I didn't know if I'd have time today to go film proper videos. So you're stuck with something beautiful. The path to the big tree. Some birds. There's no one here looking at the big tree but us right now. Got your coffee? You got your tea? Let's take a ride along the water. Truck started. That's a good sign, right? That's always a good sign. Oh, beautiful. I never would have thought of Texas before I moved here. They're going crazy. Ooh, thank you, Lord. My soul needed this. There's so many layers to it. I'm glad you guys are riding along with me today, because this is awesome. Thank you, birds. I appreciate you. Telephone poles tend to mess up my YouTube shots. If they could get out here early and remove them all before I start filming, that might be good. Look at that, man. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Sun went in, but that's okay. And white flowers back there. Now that peninsula straight ahead, out across the water. And I could be wrong. I believe, I want to say that's San Antonio Bay in front of us, but I don't know if that's right. San Antonio Bay could be on the other side of the peninsula. I look stuff up and it's in my mind and I say it for the video and then it's gone. There's a barge out there putting in some pilings. And you can see there's some remaining damaged pilings out there. Wonder what they're working on. There's another barge. Wonder if they're dredging? Looks like they got dirt up there. They could be dredging because there's another barge right there with dirt on it. I don't think they're filling in any holes. Good morning, boys. How are you today? Black buzzards. Black buzzards. Some days I'm just Marlon Perkins. Some days I'm Jim Fowler. Marlon was just watching on TV just like us. Jim went out and did all the dirty work. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. That was a good show. That one with his back towards us, right about the center. He's got some brown and white on him. You doing okay, buddy? Alright. Hope you guys find a lot of dead stuff today. Good luck. Where that field on the right is where we spotted Rosetta spoonbills and the whooping cranes. And there was about 30 cars here all looking for whooping cranes, and everyone had their 2-foot lenses out. Let's go a little off-road here. God bless that guy's patience. God bless you, sir. Because I did not know you were even behind me. And he never tailgated me or honked his horn or nothing. I wouldn't have minded a little toot toot. Like, hey dummy, I'm behind you. Of course, if he would have done the blare, I would have parked diagonally and acted like I had engine trouble. I have to put a little sticker on the back of my truck, slow rolling for YouTube. There's some more buzzards up there, about 200 yards in front of us. Yeah, like I said last night, it was sunny just a little bit ago. I don't think the sun wants to be part of my YouTube videos anymore. Ain't that a shame? I'm definitely traveling with that sword of Damocles feeling again. Okay, one buzzard and all the rest are seagulls. And I don't even see anything dead. What's up, seagulls? Unless they're waiting for me to die. There's a duck blind. You think ducks learn to be scared of duck blinds? One time we, many years ago, we took the kids to the amusement park up in San Antonio, Fiesta, Texas. Like 5 kids, 3 adults. I don't know what it cost then. Say $150, $200 for the day for everything, including food. And a guy down here was telling me, you do all that expensive man-made stuff, you know, because he doesn't like to do that stuff, so no one should like to do that stuff. You know, one of those guys. At least when I don't like to do stuff, I say, normal people like to do that stuff, but not me. And I had to point at, and he said, you should go hunting. And he was talking about duck hunting. And I had just watched him come in from duck hunting before he made that brilliant statement. And he was making a big deal out of us spending, let's say, $200. And he's like, you know, what do you got out of that now, that $200? I'm like, well, we got really good memories, all of us. We had a good time. And, no, hunting's a memory, and it's not $200. And he had gone hunting with friends and his 2 boys. And I had to point out to him that he used his boat and had to buy all the camouflage outfits him and his kids were in, and had to buy the guns, and had to buy the boots, and had to buy the stuff to mark their faces up to look camouflage, to play G.I. Joe. And he had to buy the ammo, and he had to buy a duck license for everybody. And he paid someone to build him a duck blind, and he had to pay the money for the gasoline and about 50 other things. And I guess he kind of saw my point after that it was actually way cheaper to go to the amusement park for a few hours. Now, if you want to go duck hunting, I got nothing against that, but I got news for you. Now, I don't want to do either. I guess if I had to do one or the other, I wouldn't mind taking the duck hunting boat and going out in the boat and looking at stuff. That would be cool. This guy used to lend us his boat too, which is very nice of him. He was one of those guys that, and I've had just a handful of people like this in my life. They do really nice things for you, but they're still very difficult to be around, you know? Especially if this guy wasn't a drunk, but he would drink occasionally. Especially if he was drinking. And I've used this guy in other stories as an example. Because everything he was involved in would be 20 times more difficult. And then he would do something nice for you. You know what I mean? It would be like a horrible week with this guy. And then I'd be like, yeah, take my boat. No problem. He'd be like, wow, that's really nice of him. And then he'd spend the rest of the week driving you crazy. I got 50 stories about this. I got 52 stories about this guy. I haven't even talked to him in 15 years, and I'm still telling stories about him. Is that the Christian thing to do? Sure it is. I left his name out. I don't know. Sometimes people say, is that the Christian thing to do? And when I really want to get them going, I'll say, I don't remember Christ duck hunting a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Just to kick their tires a little bit, you know? And I hear the voice of God in my head, and he said, that was a good one, Dennis. I'm like, I know, Lord. I know. Some people think that any joke that involves the Lord is blasphemy, and I disagree. Blasphemy is blasphemy. Saying the Lord's name is blasphemy. The great thing about God is you can ask him for forgiveness, which is a daily habit of mine now. Just humble yourself before the Lord. And living in your truck is a good way to humble yourself. I keep my opinions to myself. Unless, of course, I'm on YouTube. Then it's your choice to listen or not. Are we going to see some deer on this road today? There's some real interesting houses on this road. I love just the style, you know? Like, look at this house. It's an octagon with a turret on top. That's so cool. That's the perfect design amongst those live oaks, you know? Lots of birds over here too. I just thought we'd cut over here today, guys. Since we were in the area. Lots of birds, lots of wildflowers still. This is probably look at all the grackles. Hey, grackles. Oh, up in the trees. That's that boondocking guy. I think he ate one of us last week. Thanks for riding along today, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for watching.